Whether you admit it or not, Hastings played an important role as to why we continue to watch the series. Hello guys, and welcome back to the first video of the new year. How's the new year treating you guys so far? Did y'all have a blast going into the new year? So today we're just going to sit down. As you can see, we're gonna talk. Okay, we're not gonna have a review today, but we're taking it back to 2020 with today's video, and we're going to talk about one of the last series that came out in 2020, and that is Bridgerton. But today's not going to be an official review, okay, because first of all, it came out on Christmas, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I forgot to take notes after the second episode. So we're just going to talk and ramble. So if you liked the show, keep watching. If you didn't like it, keep watching, okay, because I got some tea from people that liked it and people that didn't. We're going to talk about all of them. We're going to amalgamate, and maybe we'll find, a medium to all our feelings, honey. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so because I'm going to be talking and just, having a fun chit chat with you guys about the show, a humongous spoiler alert is in effect. So if you've watched it, stick around. If you don't care for spoilers, stick around. Let me tell you guys, a quick nutshell version of the show. Basically, it follows the two main characters being Simon and Daphne. Daphne is a girl that comes from a very wealthy family, and she is Kuwait. They have this whole season in London. This takes place in the 19th century in London, and so what happens is that they have these different balls, and it takes place an entire season. You know how you have rugby season and you have soccer season and stuff like that, so you basically have an entire season, and during the season they have a ball literally every weekend. And so what happens is that girls will go, they're dressed all nasty, and they're gonna be there with their fans, and they're gonna bat their lashes, and hopefully they're gonna be able to reel in a husband.
This is what they have been trained for since birth. Which young ladies might succeed at securing a match?
You've always amused me, Miss Bridgerton, ever since I was a schoolboy and you were...
Oh, but 5?
So it's basically the Olympic Games of The Bachelor. Then we have Duke Hastings, and he is the Duke of Hastings, and so they meet, they bump into each other quite literally. Cliche.
Miss Bridgerton!
Oh, pardon me.
Forgive me.
And after a few conversations, a few run-ins with each other, they eventually decide that they should fake a pairing.
We could pretend to form an attachment.
Pairing like that would be most enchanting indeed.
Every presumptuous mother in town will leave me alone, and every suitor will be looking at you.
And that is basically what starts off this series. So going into it, I did not think much of it, not gonna lie. I wasn't even gonna watch it. Actually, I just saw it kept popping up on my Instagram, and I saw that a lot of people liked it. So I watched the trailer, and the trailer was but I needed something to watch because I was busy braiding my hair at the time, and I needed something that was gonna take long to watch. So I wanted a series, and it was 8 episodes. Each episode is an hour long, so I'm 8 hours. That should get me at least halfway. So I was okay, let me watch it. But I was I'm gonna give it one episode. If the episode does not me, then on to the next one, And lucky for me, the first episode definitely just one thing I loved about this series. Oh guys, one thing I loved about this series. Did y'all catch the songs that were playing at the ball? Did y'all catch the songs? I was come through. Did y'all hear when they were playing thank you next, hey, thank you next, and they played It Isn't in My Blood, Shawn Mendes, and then they played I'm a Bad Guy. Duh. I don't even like Billie Eilish's Bad Guy, but I was there ooh, And they also played Girls Like You, run around with guys like me. So now when I come through, I need a girl like you. Yeah, yeah. I feel that was such a smart move because it's already like, okay, this is taking back in the day. You can't relate too much because, you know, we didn't live, none of us was alive in the 19th century. So like hearing like songs that, you know, it just made it just a little, you know, you can have something like, oh, I know it. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode, guys. It was so nice. I was here, I was living. So now I'm talk about like each storyline so that I don't like can get confused and ramble up and forget a few things, you know. So let's start with Simon and Daphne. So when they bumped into each other at the ball, immediately I was like, okay, so if this series is gonna be a cliche, we all know what's gonna happen with them. And a cliche it was indeed. So we all know it being a cliche, they were gonna fake being a pairing and then feelings were gonna get involved and then they're gonna get married. Hello. And that's exactly what happened. If you didn't see that coming, babes, really? What would have been shocking, what would have been, is if the duel actually happened. I'm not gonna lie though, at the duel I was like, can the brother die? I was ready to sacrifice Daphne's brother. I'm like, Duke can't die, Simon can't die. No, he's already carrying this show on his shoulders, guys. Let's be honest, most of us we're continuing to watch the show because of Duke. Because of Simon. We were like, Simon, say hello. So if something had happened there at that duel, then that would have been something shocking, you know. Oh, that would have been interesting. But we all know that the duel didn't take place and then they ended up getting married. Am I the only one? Like from the beginning, I didn't buy Duke's story when the Duke was like, he can't marry Daphne because he can't give her kids. I didn't buy that story. I'm like, I can't or won't. Explain. I honestly didn't buy that story from the beginning. Your girl was right, honey. She was right. But guys, can we talk about how these girls don't know how you get pregnant? I was like, y'all legit at your big ages, y'all don't know how you get pregnant, and they think that a requirement of pregnancy is marriage. I'm like, y'all are so cute, y'all so sweet. One would like to wait till marriage, but that's not a requirement. But you know, I understand why people, where they're coming from. Like if that was legit a thing, like okay, no, they gotta wait till marriage, then you gotta have kids. But like the whole point of marriage throughout the show is to have kids. Like you get married to have kids, nothing else. And I'm just like, well, that's a bit shallow. So yeah, I was definitely here, as cliche as it was, I was definitely here for the story of Simon and Daphne. I was here all the way, I was following it, honey. But after they got married, oh babes, then all hell broke loose, honey. The floodgates were opened. Okay, Daphne was enlightened. And then honestly I lost interest because then it got really explicit. I was like, really, do we need to know every single detail? Can you talk about how Daphne legit like basically assaulted her husband and almost got herself pregnant? I'm like, Daphne girl, whoa, you telling me there was no other way of finding out if it's true or not? You were going to risk getting yourself pregnant like that, Daphne, like that. So yeah, then I lost interest, and then after that my focus went all the way to Penelope. Before Penelope, there is Marina. I think her name is Marina, and she is a distant cousin of the Featherington's mother, the family. So she's a distant cousin, and so she gets there and she goes to the first ball, and all the men are just throwing themselves at Marina. We want to marry her. Okay, her list is this long. Everybody's sending her flowers. Okay, and then we find out who she is with child. Who saw that coming? I didn't see that coming. Like when she lost it, you know, when she checked like the sheets and then she lost it, I didn't think, oh, she's pregnant, you know, because I didn't, you know, and until I realized that sanitary materials were not a thing. So like people just bled onto the bed. I'm like, well, that is sad. That is, you don't have nothing to soak it up, catch it on. Penelope is my favorite character, guys. Penelope, hashtag justice for Penelope. I wanted Penelope to end up with Colin, no lie. I was like, justice for Penelope. Why can't Penelope have a happy ending, guys? Why? Why? And I'm the only one that remembers Colin from the lodge. He was Ben in the lodge. I was like, what's up, Ben? Like the entire series, I kept calling him Ben until like the last episode. I'm like, no, wait a minute, what is this character's name? Because he was Ben. It was like, Ben was popping. And then of course there's a story of Lady Whistledown, and then people trying to find out who she really is.
My name is Lady Whistledown. You do not know me, but I know you.
And she's voiced by Julia Andrews. I'm like, what's up, Julia Andrews? I love Julia Andrews so much. Okay, I think she did a good job narrating as Lady Whistledown. Okay, but like, who guessed who Lady Whistledown was? I guessed it. I was like, I was right. Like, who guessed it? Like, let me know if you guessed it. Let me know. So yeah, there's those minor storylines that take place as well. So now let me talk about the inaccuracies, honey. So what I realized when I was scrolling through different comments of posts that popped up on my Explore feed on Instagram, on videos on YouTube, when I was scrolling through some comments, because curiosity, honey, I wanted to know. There are two parties. There are people that are absolutely obsessed with the show, and people that absolutely hate the show. I am in the group that absolutely loved it and is obsessed with it and has been trying hard not to rewatch it for a second time. I've been trying hard not to watch it for a second time. And the huge reason why people didn't like it is because of the inaccuracies. And the main inaccuracy that I saw come up time and time again was the fact that there was diversity. Yes, guys, for the first time, people are complaining that a show has too much diversity. So I understand, okay, because even when I was watching the show, I was like, black people and white people mingling like this in the 19th century? But I was able to go with it. Some people just can't, like, there's certain things that you can just go with it. This is one of them, just go with it. People like black people and white people, black people were slaves back in the day, they ain't gonna talk about. But I'm like, okay, yes, I agree, okay, this show is not historically accurate, okay? If you want accuracy, go look for something else. This is just for pure enjoyment, Tanya, okay? And besides, at least they gave us like a minor reason, okay? Because you remember that the lady that raised Simon, I forgot her name, but she did mention that the two races did not get together, they did not mingle with one another until the king, who is a white man, fell in love with the queen and married her, who is a black woman, and then that is what brought the two nations together. So at least, guys, even if it's not a believable excuse, at least they gave us something. Go with it. And of course, the soundtrack is an inaccuracy, because Ariana Grande in the 19th century, Billie Eilish, who are they? What is that? You're honestly never gonna please everybody, honestly, because I think Shonda Rhimes did most, honey. That's also another reason why I gave it a try, because I was like, Shonda Rhimes, I'm like, ooh, Scandal, ooh, that was nice, let me give it a try. I understand why some people didn't like it, the inaccuracies, I just could not. That's what some of my that's what one of my friends is like, oh my gosh, I just could not look past the inaccuracies. I'm just like, girl, okay. Also, what I did here is people comparing it to Gossip Girl. Apparently it has a Gossip Girl element to it. I wouldn't know because I have not watched Gossip Girl. I'm not a series person, okay? Y'all need to get that. Y'all need to know that. Let me tell you, here's a fun fact about me, okay? I don't like series, okay? I don't like shows because I simply don't have the energy for them. Okay, I prefer movies because movies, you sit for an hour and a half and you're done and that's it. And if there's a sequel, you will watch that tomorrow for another hour and a half and that's it. You are done. A series, babes, you've got to sit there. Gossip Girl, I'm pretty sure, has a lot of seasons, okay? And you gotta sit there for hours and hours, days and days, months and months trying to finish this one series. The series, I really liked it. I understand why some people didn't, but I'm not one of them. I was able to look past the inaccuracies. I was able to enjoy it for what it is, appreciate it for what it is. If you want a history lesson, go open up a book. This is not where you're going to find it, okay, honey? Would I want a season 2? Yes and no. Yes, because I'm greedy, but no, because I'm scared it's not going to be as good as this one. But yeah, overall, there was not a single boring episode. I'm scared that season 2 would not be as great, but I want justice for Penelope. Justice for Penelope. So yeah, I don't know if there's a season 2. I don't know if I'd watch it, probably out of curiosity though. So yeah, probably the last, not probably, this is definitely the last review for something that came out in 2020. We're gonna start some fresh content starting with the next video. Hello, do I know what it's going to be about? No, we shall find out together. Okay, probably not. I'll find out later, y'all, because I actually have to, you get what I mean. Yeah. Okay. So on that note, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, post notifications, all the amazing stuff. Until next time. Am I still saying stay put, stay cute in 2021? Hell yeah! Stay put and stay cute. Bye.